Hi, welcome to Electric Tracker Creations. My name is Bex. Hi, today we're going to be making this coaster and tray set with some stickers from Temu and some mirrored glass shards. Now today is day 10 of the 12 Days of Christmas collaboration hosted by Steph from Highland Homemade Crafts. And so basically I've mixed up some resin. I'm spraying the moulds. The resin did go through my debubbler. Now I just want to add enough resin to the glass shards to make them covered. I basically don't want so much resin that it's just going to run off the glass shards when I put it around the edge of the coasters. But need a little bit more than I put in. I'm going to speed you up through a lot of this because this took me a while. I'm now very carefully, although it doesn't look like it, putting the glass shards with the resin around the edge of the coasters. Where I drop it in the centre, I am very careful to make sure I don't scrape the glass along the actual coaster mould itself because I don't want to ruin the coaster. Once I've done that, I've mixed some white mica powder into the resin and I pour that into the centre to push back the glass, and then I also cover over the back of the glass because I think that'll give it a good background. I've done the same with the other coaster as well. Now this is when I remember that the reason I was doing the glass first was that I wanted to add additional resin before I tried to put it in around the edge of the coaster. And I forgot because I did the white mica first. So I need to put this in as it is, and there is probably going to be an awful lot of bubbles around this edge, which I'm hoping can be fixed with UV resin after the fact when I demold. I then pour the white mica in the middle of the tray and over the back of the glass as I did with the coasters. Once that's done, I leave it to cure in the G3. Demold time! Yay! Okay, so there's a bit of overpour and as expected there are bubbles that have come out of the back. So just demold this coaster first, and there are no bubbles on it. There's a little bit of overpour, but that's actually really pretty. I'm really happy how that came out. Okay, on to the second coaster, and again hoping the same. Still really pretty. There's a lot of overpour on this, and the base has got a few bubbles in it. I am going to back them all in cork, so long as the bubbles aren't, really jaggedy, it's absolutely fine. I do cut the overpour off. I cut most of the cutting off out of the video. It'd be very boring. Once I've finished cutting it off, I go around the edge with a file just to smooth out any rough edges. Now there were a lot of bubbles in the edge on here, and what I did was I filled them in with UV, and here's me showing you how I dab the UV into the hole. Once I'm happy with the amount of UV that I've put in the hole, I then use a silicone tool to wipe over it to make sure it's smooth, and then I put it under the UV light to cure it. I was doing each one for about 10 seconds because there were a lot, and then once I'd done all of it I put it in for 5 minutes. I then decide to add this bling around the outside. I measure how many strands I need, which is 4, and the length that I need. I cut it slightly longer than I need, and then I chop it down to 4 strands. I cut that out of this video, don't do that. On to sticking the UV DTF stickers down. Well, that's what I bought them as off of Temu, but yeah, they're not. Just watch. They're really not. I don't recommend these stickers at all. I mean, they're cute. They're really cute, and I love them. But they're not UV DTFs, and they're really easy to ruin.
Looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. Give a thumbs up, make a comment. None of it costs anything, and it will help my channel grow. Thank you very much. Find another sticker and I measure it just to check and see if it will actually cover the other sticker and still fit in the tray. And luckily this one works. I'll speed you through finishing this off and doing the other two. One of them does give me a bit of a trouble, but you know, perseverance pays off.
Just happened.
I give the tray a top coat just to make sure that the sticker isn't ruined. You see how easily these ones can be ruined. They are not UV DTFs. UV DTFs do not work like that. So just be careful ordering from Tedi. As we all know, you don't necessarily get what you think you're going to get. I then flood coat the two coasters using a little bit of resin. Now I forgot to say I have put a little bit of sparkle dust in these in the resin to top coat these, just to give it that little bit of added extra.
When I was just a boy, Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents in life.
Good morning all. Time to demold these. Well, not demold. There's not really a great reveal because they're here. But I do need to peel the backing off now, and I'm hoping that this trick works. I'm not quite sure how this is showing on the video because the sun is coming through. Well, I think it should be alright. The idea is that putting this on means that I should be able to peel this off and the drips will just come off with it, which is kind of what's happening. So while I'm doing this, I thought I would explain about my hand. I have trigger finger. I only have it on this one finger. And basically the tendon catches in the tendon sheath. Now, like this is not painful. Yeah, this doesn't hurt with it like this, but I can't open it, which makes it awkward. I can tell when I'm going to start having bother because I can feel the pressure build up here in my palm. And you can actually feel that there's an issue because here you can feel the lump with the swollen tendon. And what happens is you have like a problem with your tendon, and it swells and it catches on the sheath, and because it swells and catches on the sheath, then it has more issues, and it catches more, and then eventually it just gets stuck. And you can have cortisone injections, which I had for a while. I should not have used this masking tape. This masking tape is sticking to the back of my coaster. I'm not worrying about it too much at the moment because I'm going to be putting felt on the back. But anyway, the reason I'm telling you about this now is it does cause issues in daily life, because obviously it's not fun having your finger stuck like this. I can unstick it, but it becomes painful when I do that. And then I'm constantly having to worry about it suddenly sticking again while I'm doing something. So I tend to, while I don't really need my hand that much, I have a tendency to kind of just leave it. I mean, I will admit this now is not fun, and I wouldn't normally leave it while I'm recording, but I'm having the operation tomorrow. I don't know what day you're going to see this video, but tomorrow for me is Wednesday the 10th of December. So I'm having the video. I'm having the operation tomorrow, and to say I'm panicking is a little bit of an understatement. I hate needles, says the woman with tattoos. It's different. It's just different. And to be fair, I've always wanted tattoos, but I started getting the tattoos in the hope that it would get me over my fear of needles. Because if I get something I love whilst there's a needle involved, surely that will reduce my fear. Yeah, because I've always loved tattoos. I've always thought they looked amazing. And anyway, let's just say that theory did not work in practice. But, you know, you live and learn. Didn't stop me getting more tattoos. But the operation tomorrow, you have to be awake. You have to be awake so that they can check that they don't cut your tendon. Now, that bit I'm not worrying about. I have no fear that they're going to cut my tendon. You know, this is, as far as I'm aware, it's a standard operation that they do quite regularly. And, you know, I should not need to worry that they're going to do anything wrong with it. And I'm not, if I'm honest. What I'm worried about is the needle for the local anaesthetic, and then the fact that they're actually cutting into my hand whilst I'm awake. Yeah, that bit I'm not so keen on. So my wonderful sister has said she will come in with me because my daughter isn't able to. And huge thank you to my sister. I mean, we don't know they're going to let her come in with me, but the fact that she's offering is just wow. It means the world. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, trigger finger tends to, if I remember correctly from the research I did when I first got this, it tends to affect women more than men, and it normally affects them in their early 40s, I think. Now, mine started when I was about 35, and I could have had this operation years ago. You know, I'm going to use alcohol to clear this up. I could have had this operation years ago, but I was more terrified of having the operation than inconvenienced by this. And this year, it's got really bad. So this isn't constant, it comes and goes. So sometimes it triggers and sometimes it doesn't. You know, it's perfectly fine. So it affects women over 40 generally. That doesn't mean you can't get it earlier, because I did, and it doesn't mean you can't get it if you're a man. It can happen in any finger, in any hand. It just happened to be this finger for me. And the funny thing is when it finally clicks out, if I leave it to do it by itself, it's generally when my hand is closed. Yeah. And see, that that does not look very good. So when I close my hand nowadays, I have to, you know, when it's triggering, I have to do this so it doesn't look like I'm being rude. And then it will just ping open. And it generally does it when I have my hand closed like this. And you can imagine how bad that looks. So I've had a few instances where people have thought I was being incredibly rude, and I'm not. Although I almost have spider web hands. I almost have spider web hands without even doing anything. And see, I pull, but it doesn't open. So it's not me just curling my finger open, because if you can do that and your finger not be stuck, I will be impressed. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought I'd say about it, because over the next coming weeks, if I'm going to be able to craft, I'm going to be probably doing it one-handed, or I will have some sort of bandaging or splint or something on this hand. So, yay me. Anyway, I just wanted to show you these. I'm really happy with them. As I said, I need to get some alcohol on here. I am not going to attempt to do that on video with my hand like this. And I will back these in cork. And yeah, absolutely beautiful. Really, really happy with them. I did fill most of the holes on here with UV. I am going to go round and add something on the top here so people so that I don't catch my finger on any bits that I've missed. But yeah, really, really happy. Very, very beautiful. Thank you for watching my video. Oh, no, hang on, I forgot. Where's the... Hang on. I forgot. I said I was going to put this round. Let's see me try and do this with my finger triggered. This is going to be fun. Right, okay, so what I did was I got this and I cut it to the right height, okay? Now I'm going to start at the back. You always start at the back, just in case. And then I use my fingers to hold each side of this and this, so I make sure I put it down in the right height, okay? And then I peel round, and as I peel, I pull this back. Well, as I pull this back, I go round with these fingers and I make sure that I'm staying in the right place with the go round. Now, to be fair, if I'm a little short on this side, I don't mind, but I don't want to be over on this side. I hope I'm under the camera while doing this. And the reason for putting this on is A, it's incredibly pretty, but B, when I was filling in some of the UV on here, it spilled over, and so I had to sand, and so it's not that pretty. Now, I could spend a long time sanding this and polishing it back up, but with my hand, I really don't want to do that. So I'm adding this because it's pretty and it makes my life easier. And you know, this is all about having fun, making things that you like and not making your life hard. Or that's what it is for me anyway. So I did cut this longer than I needed, just in case. Because, oh, hang on, I've gone a bit wrong there. There we go, that's better. And the other reason I wanted to do the video with my hand like this is I wanted to show that it shouldn't stop you, yeah? I mean, it will stop you doing a lot of things. It will, I'm not saying it won't, but there are some things you can still do, you know? I think it's that one I need to cut. There we go. No, oh, one, I needed to go one more back. Hang on. So it's not stopping me doing this, it is just making it a lot more awkward for me. You know? Which, why wouldn't we all want that? There we go. Beautiful. There we go. Beautiful bling. And I will add the extra bling on here, and you'll see it in the glamour shots. Okay, thank you for watching. If you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, or hit the notification. Comments are always welcome. They all help my channel to grow. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!